oh, if I'm lost in China and I don't have no money, but I still have my Rolex, I could give that to somebody and they would I could buy a ticket home or something like that.
Hello everyone, this is Marc again for you today with another awesome video, and I have a special guest right now with me. It's Antoine from Real Man, Real Style. Yeah, back in the US, I'm here in Germany, so we do this kind of Zoom call. How are you today?
I'm good, Marc. Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
So I already saw some videos from you also in context with watches.
Yes.
I also saw you have different price ranges. You like the Casio models, you collected some of these pieces. You have also Rolex watches, correct?
That's true. And you're being nice, because I'd like to think that, you probably were watching my videos and thinking, oh my gosh, what is this guy doing? Like, he needs my help. So Marc, I'm coming to you because I need help here.
Yes, so what we are going to speak about today is just, let's say, a beginner guide, which watches are a good pick right now. And I will just show you some of the pieces. And
sure.
As a consumer from your side, you can ask me just the questions which are coming into your head, I would say.
Sounds good. Well, right off the top of the bat, I know that, Rolex, well-known brand, but watches, especially luxury watches, go so much. There's so many other options. But for most people getting into, let's just say, the game right off, they think that's the brand that comes to mind. One brand that I've enjoyed and I think is absolutely beautiful, and I have on today, is Tudor. And the Black Bay 58 just fits my wrist. I have smaller wrists. This was a watch I was drawn to. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. In fact, I got, this sounds bad, but I got rid of my Rolex Submariner just simply because I was never wearing it. I was always wearing my Tudor Black Bay. So I sold the Rolex, made a little bit of money, and just kept the Black Bay because I liked it better.
Yeah, I would put it that way. In every price range, you have a brand which is at home. Okay, so you have, let's say, Tudor is a good choice until 3,000 or 3,500 euro. In this kind of price range, Tudor is the perfect option if you want a tool watch. So you can get also there the Pepsi or the Black Bay. This is a very good option, but there is also another watch which I want to show you. Right now, around 3,000 euro with a lot of history. I have here the Speedmaster, the reduced Speedmaster from Omega. This watch is automatic, not the hand-wound movement, in 39 millimeter. It's a classic watch in a classic size, and in this price range you have a solid price increase. Last year I sold the watch for 800 euro less. So what do you think about the Speedmaster?
I think Omega makes beautiful watches, but my first concern is, do they retain value? You say now that they are slightly increasing, but it seems like there's a lot of Omega watches out there that lose their value, or that don't really go up. And I think for a lot of people getting into a luxury watch, they want to believe the idea that this is an investment, that if they, and that's why I guess Rolex has such a draw, because it's like, oh, if I'm lost in China I don't have no money, but I still have my Rolex, I could give that to somebody and they would I could buy a ticket home or something like that.
Yes, 100%. So you said it right. Omega belongs to the Swatch group, and they are doing huge numbers. The Speedmaster as the moon watch, they have every different material in ceramic, in gold. But if you are just going for the regular discontinued Speedmaster reduced, around 3,000 euro, you also cannot go wrong. So of course, later on I will show you some other choices which you maybe don't have in mind from Rolex. But in this price range, you can also check out this watch without papers. It's also an option, if you're just a younger guy and want to have your first mechanical watch, you can also buy it and bring it back to me after you don't want it anymore. This is not a problem. The watch is even 500 euro more cheaper.
Sounds good. And I take it, is this a watch that you actually have on your website as well?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
The Omega reduced in this price range is the best seller. It's not easy to get. You always have to look for huge quantities, and it's a vintage watch from the 90s.
Okay.
But most of the times I have it on my website.
Okay. All right. Well, that's watch number one. What do we got up next?
Something in the lower price range, a brand which probably doesn't come to your mind. I have for you right now a Cartier. This one is the Cartier Santos, and I never thought that this can happen. In my hand is the Cartier Santos with a blue dial. They released it 2 years ago, and also this one is currently trading over retail price. Right now you can buy it for €7,500. The interesting thing is Cartier is putting a lot of effort into the stuff which you are getting besides the watch. So you get included a leather strap in the color blue, same as the dial. You get the tools to change the bracelet, and also, of course, you also need the folding clasp in steel for this watch.
Yeah, that bracelet's really unique on that watch, correct?
Yes.
It's a really thin, and I actually love that watch. I've considered picking it up a few years ago when I saw it. For me, again with a smaller wrist, I just loved how thin the watch was, and for a square watch, I thought it was absolutely beautiful. Now, do you have the gold or the silver or the two-tone?
Right now in my hand is just the regular one in steel with the blue dial, but
okay.
we have, every model: skeleton, rose gold, steel and gold, white dial, everything. For the younger generation in the price range from 6,000 to 7,000, this is one of the best sellers.
Every time I'm in Dubai or something like that, I always go, you've been to Dubai, like the whole watch area, you're in the airport. Oh my gosh, I'm just like, it blows my mind what they have there. And I think that was the first time I saw that watch, and then I started looking for it, and saw it again in London, and I'm just like, wow, beautiful watch.
So if we now move on in terms of price, of course, there's no way around Rolex, okay? My advice for people who are just entering the world of watches, please check out also the more older models. If you just buy new watches, sometimes in terms of production quantities, there are better deals to do. I want to show you here one amazing set. If I see the documentation like this, I'm just going crazy. On the box, you have the serial number and the reference number. We have here one amazing. It's not so expensive, but I just love the watch. I really just love the watch. We have here right now a Datejust in 36mm, one of the most basic watches. Also, if we consider the classic size and style, this one is the way to go. Here, I don't know how it is in the US, but right now here in Europe, most of the people go back from 41mm to a smaller size 36mm. This watch is from 2002. We have, of course, the papers. We have the service papers. We have also all the booklets and the original receipt. This is a set, what you are looking for. In terms of price, the watch was selling 1 year ago for €5,000, and right now you are at €7,000 in this price range. What you want more? Huh?
I think it's a beautiful watch. I love the Datejust. I think the Datejust is just a classic. Can you tell me a little bit about the clasp? What type of bracelet do we have on that watch, and is it what type of clasp?
So we have here the Jubilee bracelet in the 90s, or let's say for this reference, they mainly produced the Jubilee bracelet. Then when the new reference came out, they discontinued more or less the Jubilee bracelet, and every watch came on an Oyster bracelet. The clients, they preferred the Oyster bracelet. Right now it's different. The modern Datejust watches, everyone is preferring the Jubilee one. The clasp is also the more older one, so you have here, it's more fragile, I would say. What you have to always keep in mind, that the condition of the watch is important, and we see here that the bracelet is still in a very good condition. It's now more than 20 years old, and you don't see a lot of wear in this watch. You, in your personal collection, you still have the blue Datejust, right?
I do. So this is and for me, it's a memory. Me and a guy named Aaron Marino over at Alpha M, we used to run a conference called Menfluential. We'd bring people together, and I bought this to commemorate just simply that event. And it's a bit of a dress watch. I don't wear it as much. I've probably only worn this watch 50 times in the last, 4 or 5 years. So I don't know if that's a lot or, but, for me, this is something if I'm wearing a sports jacket or if I'm wearing a suit, this is a great watch. Otherwise, I'm going to be going towards my Explorer. This right here is just the watch my probably everyday wear if I'm not wearing my Tudor black bag.
In terms of Rolex Explorer, I don't know what's up with the whole watch community, but the Rolex Explorer, the old model, no one looks at this watch. For the value, this watch is still under 10,000 euro, and it would be my next pick. Let's say you want to buy the new Submariner, the brand new Submariner 41mm. Please also check out the old Explorer. You get a lot more for your money. It doesn't make sense to spend 13,000 euro on a brand new Submariner if you can get the older model or an older model, which offers you a great complication, second time zone, is also waterproof. You can do everything with this watch, and even the production numbers are smaller. A watch like this, it will stay with you for the rest of your life. And the second time zone, great complication. It's a model from 1999, and back in the day the papers looked like this. So yeah, this would be my secret kind of hint. If you are getting new, if you are new starting in the watch game, then check out this watch. What's your opinion on this Explorer?
I think it's beautiful. And I like the fact that you're talking about looking at older watches. I had a friend that he picked up a watch that was, in the mid 90s that was his birthday. So he was born in 1994 and he wanted something to commemorate. And he found a watch that was made in 1994, just like he was. And I love stories. I love, finding a way to connect with the watch. I think it makes it that much more valuable.
And now our last stop, I just want to cover also this kind of style on watches. A lot of people like gold. And if you're entering and you just want to go for the full gold, but the money, you need to work a little bit more, then two-tone would be an option. But everyone knows two-tone watches, if you sell it again, you will lose a lot of money. So also here it applies the same to all the others. If you are going for a discontinued one, and just look what comes with this watch. We have here all this kind of documentation like for the last one, and even the calendar which came back in the day with Rolex, but they don't even give this right now with the newer models. In my hand right now is a discontinued Rolex Submariner with the blue dial and the blue bezel and this two-tone style bracelet and case, steel and gold watches. It would be not my favorite kind of choice, but I just want to give the option to everyone. If he is looking for a steel and gold watch, this would be my way to go. It climbed all the way from 6,500 euro to right now over 10,000 euro. So check out this watch.
Right here, I've got a two-tone Rolex. This is the Yacht-Master. I'll see if I can
yes,
get it up there.
Yes, so, yeah.
So for me, what I love about two-tone watches is I was a silver guy. So almost all of the jewelry I had was silver, but I wanted to start introducing a bit of gold into just my rotation. And to me, this was a nice compromise. I still had the, silver, still had the steel, and just to be able to have the Rolex, or right there, that rose gold, for me was a nice compromise. I like the look of it, and I have to admit, I actually did not know that about two-tones, that they lose their value very quickly when you buy them retail. But when it comes to enjoyment, and my first Rolex, this one right here, so I'm not getting rid of this one.
We are now here at the end. What would be your Grail watch? Is there a watch which you are hunting, which you just want to have? Is there something out there?
I have to admit, like, there's that that Santos you were having, it's not something that's super expensive, but that is, I wouldn't say Grail, I would say it's next on my list. I'll probably pick it up in the two-tone. Again, I just like the two-tone. I love the look, and so there we go.
Thank you very much for your time. I hope in the near future we are going to meet in person. I'm pretty convinced that it will happen. So thank you very much. And if you are interested in menswear topic videos, they are going to find everything on your channel. Mainly, what is the main focus on your channel?
Yeah, we talk about, style, but for me, it's more of the science of dressing, and I really break it down. I love getting into the systems of dressing better as a man. We talk about grooming as well. We talk a little bit about watches not to your level, but if you want to dress better and you want to be able to put it together, things like the interchangeable wardrobe, yeah, you want to come visit Real Men, Real Style.
Thank you very much. Everything is linked in the description, and I'm out for now. Bye bye.